Hey, it's Colette, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about fear and change. Do you fear the very change that's going to help you feel better? Um, that's going to help you get better balanced hormones, going to help you with some of your symptoms that you're dealing with, and really put you on the road to better health? So often we fear that change. And I see it all the time where people will come to me or reach out to me or say in my community for years and tell me, I've been sitting here listening and watching, but I fear change. I fear that it's going to be too hard. I fear that I'm going to have to get out of my comfort zone, and that's not familiar. Change is not familiar, and we're creatures of habit, right? And we find comfort in familiar routines and behaviors, and changing sometimes long established habit patterns, even though we know they're going to help us, excuse me, it's uncomfortable. And it's hard to be comfortable being uncomfortable. That's what I help people do. Um, Healthy choices often can disrupt the comfortable patterns we've been used to. And I will tell you, to get to any health goal, whether it's more energy, better sleep, whether it's all of the above, better gut health, digestion, you do have to make changes. And that's what I help people do. I help people make changes, make it easier to make changes so that I walk alongside you and support you. We also can fear those things because we're afraid of sacrificing, right? Do you feel like you're afraid of the sacrifice you're going to have to make or the restrictions? Many times we think that leading a healthy lifestyle means giving up things and we have to restrict ourselves. Now, I will tell you, there is a change that has to occur. It doesn't mean you need to be on these restrictive diets. You see that all the time. I don't believe people need to be on diets. You may need to eat differently for your hormones, for your gut health issues, depending on where you are right now. And they may or may not be permanent. It depends on how early you get started down the path and how much help you get and how committed you are to the process. But even if you're in the beginning stages of wanting to say that, hey, I acknowledge the fact that I have issues. I acknowledge the fact that I need to make changes. I just don't know how to do it. And that's what I help people do, kind of that hard work, is I work with you to educate you, to make you feel empowered, and also give you the tools, the resources, and knowledge to help you know what to do. There's also conformity, right? That's hard. Is we get that concern of fearing social isolation, ridicule, judgment, and that can push us further away. Especially, I've had people that are in certain groups with other people, like, well, how do I deal with that? What happens if I change, they don't, and am I going to be no longer able to go out with them? And those are the things that you have to work with. And instead of fearing it and not doing anything and not taking action, actually working with me to say, let's take action. Maybe I need to go slower. Maybe I need to get more clear on what your goals are and what you want to do. And sometimes those fears prevent you from taking action. They're not as healthy because of the fact that stops you dead in your tracks. And instead of moving further toward your goals, you move further away from your goals. And it takes a lot longer to get there. And that adds more stress and frustration, which is not what I want for all of you. Lack of confidence. A lot of times starting a healthy journey requires determination, self-discipline, perseverance. A lot of people fear, you may be fearing that you lack the willpower ability to do it. What I will tell you is that's why I do what I do, to help you realize you can do it. You can make changes. You don't need the willpower you think. Maybe many times that willpower is disguised as willpower, but it's actually hormonal imbalances. And once those are resolved, then you don't really need that willpower anymore. It's what's thrown off your whole cycle of the cravings and the late at night or the unstable mood. It's your hormones that are talking. And then the self-confidence, lack of self-confidence can lead to a fear of failure or disappointment. And that could cause you to shy away from attempting to adopt any healthy lifestyle. And that's not what I want for you. I want you to feel like, again, that you can do it, that you can move further towards getting your hormone levels restored, getting the energy back, getting back to sleep, getting the weight where it needs to be, just feeling your best. And then really a lot of misconceptions in that whole state of overwhelm. Sometimes information is too much. It feels overwhelming. And I can break it down for you so that it doesn't feel so overwhelming. And there's a lot of contradictory information out there, especially in hormones. I was just talking to somebody new the other day that is looking for some help, and she's having imbalances earlier. And my first question that people have not addressed yet is why? What's the root cause? Why are you heading into this at a young age when you haven't had anything, even surgeries or anything like hysterectomy, that would cause you to have this big hormonal imbalance is this early? Those are my questions of why. Why is nobody digging deep to figure out what's going on with your body? And also the misconceptions and what does it really take to balance out your hormones? I see that a lot where people just shy away because it's like, well, can't you just give me a pill? Can't you just... And the challenge is that if you don't change your diet, lifestyle, it's not severe. It's easier than you think. You won't get those fabulous results for long. And you also are putting yourself further down the track for other health issues, which is what we don't want. Okay, so getting curious is saying, how can I stop feeling overwhelmed? How can I challenge the way I'm thinking to get reliable information, to understand that having confusion can breed fear, skepticism, and prevent you from taking more steps towards a healthier lifestyle, a better lifestyle where you feel your best all the time. Don't have joint pain. You don't have arthritis, osteoporosis coming down the track. You don't have other things going on because you sat in those state of overwhelm, not knowing what to do, a lot of contradictory information, and then you did nothing. And then you ended up feeling worse and worse. So if that's you, reach out to me now so that we can get you on the right path to feeling your best. There's no sense. I myself sat in it for way too long because nobody really explained to me what was going on with my body. And that instant gratification and long-term thinking. One of the greatest hurdles in adopting a healthy lifestyle is really that conflict between instant gratification and long-term benefits. You know, our unhealthy habits, such as indulging or leading a sedentary lifestyle, can provide immediate pleasure, while the rewards of healthy living may take longer to sustain, but you'll have it for life. So it's very easy to not eat well. It's very easy to just grab things. It's harder to eat better, but the rewards around eating better are going to pay dividends for your life. Your hormones are going to stay balanced. You're going to have the energy coming back. You're going to have better sleep. Your gut health is going to be better. You're not going to feel so sluggish in the morning. You're going to be able to get up and do exactly what you want to do. You won't have those joint pains. You won't be higher risk for breast cancer, heart disease. That's long-term thinking versus instant gratification. And when we have that fear around the long-term thinking, the fear around sacrificing, making those sacrifices for the short term so that you have enjoyment for the long term, then you move further towards you move closer to instant gratification and further towards long-term health and long-term happiness, honestly. I understand it. I work with people all the time, and always use positive psychology to help you get to your goals. But here's the question I want you to ask yourself today. Am I moving further towards where I want to be? Am I moving further towards wellness? Or are you to the point where you feel like you can't get there? That's the time to reach out. Are you dealing with a new health challenge or new lab markers that you're like, these don't look good? Maybe it's your hemoglobin A1C that you're dealing with prediabetes and you're like, I don't want to be here. That is also a hormone. Dealing with blood sugar issues. And there's a reason it's happening. If your hormones are off balance and they've been off balance for a while, if it's your eating that's combined with that, your lifestyle, there's a lot of things we can do to shift that. And I want you to feel empowered that you can do it. That you don't have to have the fear of making changes, the fear of getting out of your comfort zone, the fear of sacrifice. We can either increase our pain by continuing to go the easier route, or we can increase our pleasure by saying, you know what, I'm going to take the time. I'm going to invest in my health. I believe that investing in your health is huge. And the people that come see me are people that want to make an investment in their health. And sometimes it's more than they realize. But is your health worth it? And if you don't want to make that investment, I ask you to question that, to say, why do I not want to invest in myself? Because when you invest in yourself, you know that even in a career, it pays dividends down the road. You have the energy to do everything you want, and you live your life very differently. Now, this may be something that you might be listening to and say, I'm skeptical this can happen. But the longer you stay in that situation where you think you can't, the longer you feel that way. And I was there. And that's why I created this community. That's why I created the programs I created, to help you move further towards happiness, honestly. Because if your hormones are balanced, you're happy. You're energetic. You can sleep. So if you're still dealing with all of that, you don't have hot flashes. Your gut health is better. Not getting stomach aches. And that could be other things too. If you're dealing with mold, your hormones are going to be unbalanced. Your gut health is going to be off. Your energy could be off. How long do you want to stay in that situation? How long do you want to stay being fearful? Why not get the education, get the empowerment, get support systems in place, and make gradual lifestyle and health changes, and understand and look at maybe testing and take a look at what you can do to embrace a healthier lifestyle and living and enjoying those benefits for years to come, versus waiting until you're in a situation that your health is really bad. And I see that a lot, where it's like people will wait so long, and now they're dealing with breast cancer, and now they're dealing with heart disease because the hormones have been unbalanced for too long. Now they're dealing with osteoporosis, osteoarthritis. Now, even if you are in that state, I can still help you. But if you're in that earlier state, it's like preventing a fire, right? If you have a match and you light a match and you light a candle, well, if you throw the match down, you've just lit your carpet on fire. You lit the next thing. That's the way our bodies work, is prevent that match from igniting, from lighting up something else, right? Prevent that next situation from occurring and shut that down now, okay? So I'm here to support you. I'm just a Zoom call away, and we can get you back to where you want to be with your health and feeling fantastic. And in fact, if you're feeling irritable, agitated, mood swings, you don't have to be that way. You don't have to be that way. And believing that it's going to be that you have to be on meds the rest of your life. You have to be on things. If you want that, that's fine. I take you from where you are to where you want to be, but know that that doesn't have to be a solution for you. And this doesn't, I don't want you to fear this anymore. I want you to have the support. So if you're looking to have the support, I'm here to help. And just comment below or send me a DM. Okay, have a good rest of the day.